You do it all without breaking a sweat, and you do it all in style. From being a boss exec to the Tuesday yoga to the kids' homework, family dinners, lunches, brunches, trips to the vet, and a weekend getaway that's anything but a getaway. That's why Infiniti fully reimagined the QX60 to help you conquer it all with ease. Even when you have back-to-back conference calls, on top of kids' basketball practices, not to mention your side hustle. A luxury SUV as functional as it is stylish and as versatile as it is serene. Available features like seating for up to 7 passengers, a suite of active safety features, and massaging front seats. Introducing the all-new Infiniti QX60, designed to help you conquer life in style. Legal, now with extremely limited availability. Contact your local retailer for inventory information. Hola, and welcome to episode 79 of Word to Your Mama. Word to Your Mama is a podcast about the life of a Latinx mama, that is me, and the lives of my amazing multicultural tribe. A celebration of shared experiences navigating this dynamic world. There will be special guests, mad laughs, and absolutely no BS. Nah, B is our motto. Segments by the Supernatural Bear. That's my son. He's 9, going on 49. Other than that, this podcast will be explicit. Please believe it. Today we have an amazing human being. She's my amiga. She's my inspired action tribe hermana. She's changing lives. One, as she calls them, future world changer at a time. Yvonne is amazing. She's going to be talking about her roots on where her mission started to have a goal of teaching meditation to 1 million kids with her recently trademarked company, Decide Balance. You'll see how long that process is, how that's big news, how, being an Inspired Action Tribe group coaching led by the amazing Wendy Amara has impacted her personal and professional growth. And also, she's going to go a little bit more into depth of her first virtual summit, the Latina Moms Mindfulness Virtual Summit, and so much more. So if you're a longtime listener of Word to Your Mama, and especially if you know me, and we're friends, we're family, we're associates, I think you have a sense that I don't, I say it in the episode, I can't fake the funk, and I am proud to be a sponsor for her event. Is because I believe in her. I know her intentions. I know all this will help. I know some of the speakers that are going to be sharing their knowledge at the summit. So please believe it. I wouldn't be a sponsor if I didn't believe in this. So yes, let's get into it. Oh, and don't forget, after that part is going to be the Supernatural Bear. And because he's also a customer, a client of her services, I'm just going to let him say what he's going to say. And we'll see if he truly does love her services, love her. He calls her Miss Yvonne. And let him speak for himself. All right, let's really get into it.
He's so sweet.
He's like, could I say hi to Miss Yvonne? I was like, if there's time, Mijo, if there's time.
Qué lindo.
He's super excited, super cute. Yvonne, thank you so much for being here. It's great to see your face. Not everyone's going to be able to see your face, but I get to see it, so that's a pleasure. I wanted to start off. How are you doing? ¿Cómo estás?
Fantastic, overjoyed, thrilled. I mean, first of all, I get to be on one of your episodes, which I love. I love your voice. When I listen to your episodes, it's like, she's got the best voice. I love hearing your voice. It's so fun. And you're so funny, so real. And it's like, yeah, that's my girl.
You're making me blush. That's crazy. Thank you so much. Because we'll get into it, but I think you have an amazing voice, and people are going to find out what you do and how I found out you have an amazing voice for exactly what you do. So, okay, thank you so much for that. But how, like, you're good, you're everything, you're super excited. Um, I wanted to kind of start off with the basics, right? Because like if they know you, they know your mission and everything. But let's take it back. Uh, where are you born and raised?
Texas. I'm a Tejana, born and raised.
Ooh.
My parents are from Mexico, so for a long time I considered myself Mexican American. Well, first
Mm,
Mexicana, right? Because that's all I knew on the
right.
border of Texas, and a border girl, and so everyone was Spanish speaking. And then I went off to college. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, wow. Okay. So then like meeting new friends from different areas, Puerto Rico and El Salvador and just like from
Mm,
everywhere, right? It's like, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I felt like just by saying Mexican American, I feel like I'm leaving, my friends out, or like deep rooted, like I felt like I'm more than just Mexicana, right? Like just
yeah.
Mexican American. So then I started calling myself Latina because I felt like, well, I know there's more to me. And I still hadn't even done my DNA, stuff, right? But it's like I just knew, right? Like this deep feeling of like I'm more, than just Mexicana. Though anyways.
No, I totally get it. I totally get it. Like you open your horizons and you saw like, wow, like like how I feel. I'm part of something bigger. Like Latinidad, like the whole shebang. So why don't we tell the folks uh what is decide balance?
Wow. So decide balance to me what it means, because you hear people it's like, oh, work life balance, blah, 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 or there's no such thing. And I'm like, it's not that. It's about deciding this balance inside of you, tapping into that inner calm, into that inner peace. And it just started evolving. Um, and I also wanted a name that was bilingual because
Mm,
that's who I am. And, I'll do my meditations in English and in Spanish. And so I wanted it for the name to be easily translated, or for someone who doesn't speak English to be able to find me and say the name. So that was important to me. And it just came up. It was just one of those names I just like, that's the name. Decide balance, decide balance. But
love it.
things started aligning. It's like, yeah, it's about inside of you. And then, going through this healing journey, and it's like me finding that balance inside of me. Sure, our world is chaotic and everything is around, but I'm choosing to tap into that calm, into that inner balance inside of me. Cause I don't have that's I can control that. I can't control what's around me, you know.
Exactly. Exactly. And so tell people what the root, like what your mission, what decide balance, decide balancia is, like their mission, your mission.
So, my main mission right now is to teach meditation to 1 million children. And so,
Yeah.
Decide Balance is a space to bring families, all families, mainly children, to come together to give them resources, give them tools, because I wasn't raised with any of these tools.
Right.
I wish I did. If I
Mm-hmm.
would have learned about meditation, about energy work, about breath work, about mirror work, about affirmations, like all of this stuff, right? That would have helped me tremendously.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, I didn't, and my parents didn't know. So they did what they could, with what they had. But now that I know these tools, now I can teach others.
Yes. Yes, that's very important. It was one thing that we talk about here all the time is mental health, right? Especially for our communities to normalize and destigmatize mental health because it's part of, we all know, and hopefully more people are starting to know, it's part of our overall health. You can't be, you know, 10% or less body fat and be like cut and everything like that and not their mentals not be at a decent place. And I feel like meditation is something, a tool and a skill. So, the supernatural bear, he'll talk about his own experience, but he takes your kids meditation class every week, and it's bilingual and it's amazing and he loves it. So just to I remember you sent out, if you I have all the links to all her stuff, but if you go to her site, there's like you get a little sample, like she's so generous with what she's trying to do. And she sends a little sample and it's in English and Spanish. And so that's how we got the first taste of you and what Decide Balance is all about. And then that's when the supernatural bear was like, is this something you want to do, mijo? He's like, yeah, I want to do that. Because he knows now. We like you said, we have the tools now that we didn't have when we were growing up, and we want to instill that in our children. So if you have kids, if you're at a school, if you have a group, please make sure to look into this and give this as a gift, give this as a tool for your kids, because a supernatural bear loves it. And now I want to get into, how do we know each other? How did we meet? Break it down, Yvonne. Break it down.
Oh man, it's been the best experience ever. So we met through our coach, through Wendy Amara, and it's just been such a beautiful community, very supportive community, and we both started right around the same time. And so going through this journey together, we're up leveling, girl. Like we're
Yeah.
both like making strides, right? And it's because we have this community, because we can't do it alone. I tried doing it by myself and trying to reach these goals. I'm like, oh, I no puedo, I just can't, right? And so having, you and all the other jefas in this beautiful community, it's like, oh my gosh, Wendy, this such a brilliant idea, and her guidance and everything has been huge for me, for my up leveling. I'm like the things, the goals that I'm reaching has been incredible. Like sometimes I have to take a step back and be like, holy smokes, I've done all of this. That's amazing. And acknowledge myself. It's like, I'm doing the work. I'm doing the work. And I couldn't have done it by myself, because I tried for years and I was going nowhere.
Yes.
So
Shout
yes.
out to Wendy Amara. We're part of Inspired Action Tribe, and with this, you and I are in our second session. It's a 6-month commitment, and it's been life changing. And I went in thinking like, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go in and go out. But I didn't realize the nice, beautiful surprise of community. And especially if you're a solopreneur, or you're starting your business, or you've been in your business and you've just been in a rut, you don't have that accountability. But to be around amazing, dope women such as yourself and our tribe, shout out Wednesday Tribe cohort, it's been super empowering. And just to let you know, to witness everyone's journey, especially those that start. I think you and Jessica started like a week or something, maybe right before me. To see what you were putting out there, Yvonne, and manifesting at the beginning, right? So almost a year ago, we're almost there. But to see your growth from like, I want to do this is my goal, this is and seeing the mind shifts, and to see what you're doing now. I mean, can we just do a round of applause? Felicidades, congratulations. Who got their shit trademarked?
Oh my gosh, I know.
Who got their shit
insane.
trademarked? That's you, girl. That's you. Tell the people, it's a long ass process. Tell the people how long it took.
A year. It was about a year and a month, or a year and oh my gosh, yes. It was definitely over a year. But and I had some help guided, by another amazing amiga, and I could not have done that by myself, because all this legal, stuff that's like, oh, it goes over my head. And, you don't want to mess that up. So, of course,
No.
I had some support. And so I recommend that for anyone who's, going to trademark their name, get someone. And yeah, my friend Taylor from Legal Miga, she guided me through the whole process. And she's like, girl, I got you. And it was beautiful. And I felt comfortable. And here we are. My name, Decide Balance, is now a trademark name. And it now goes with a beautiful logo, which you helped me to design. And it's so gorgeous. I love it. I mean, just everything is aligning so beautifully in this journey.
Yeah, it's amazing. There's a TM on that name now, girl. Like, it's official. And for me, working with you, collaborating with you on this is an honor, because it's beyond what I do with a client. I just kind of know surface level what their goal is and what they're trying to communicate. But with you, I was like, I know the journey. I know what you put in. I know your mission. I know, we get the classes. We pay for the classes. Like we're all in, and we believe in you. You're an amazing human being. So it was an honor for me to collaborate with you on, this rebrand and everything. But I'm super excited for you. The energy is fucking palpable. I love it. But I wanted to, let the people know, what Decide Balance is, where you're at now, what your mission is. But I want to go back now and see what was the moment in time where you could say, oh, that's my root, meaning, oh, that's my goal. I want to have, I want to teach 1 million children meditation. Like I want to share that gift. Like where did that happen in your life? ¿Qué pasó? Like what happened to get you there?
So a long time ago, well, at one point I was a mother of 3 under 5 years old. 3 kiddos
Ooh.
under 5 years old. So, I didn't sleep very much. I was running on fumes, my cup, serving from an empty cup. I didn't even know what fill your cup meant at that point, right? Like I didn't even know any of that stuff. So, but I heard this beautiful quote by the Dalai Lama where he says, if every 8-year-old in the world is taught meditation, we will eliminate violence within 1 generation.
Mm.
And that touched me so deep because I don't understand why we have wars, violence, hate, right?
Yeah.
I don't want that for my children. Oh my gosh, it's choking me up. I don't want that
Of
for my
course.
children, for any child, for any human, for anyone, right? It's the worst thing. How does someone get to that point? So that seed was planted. Years forward, I started doing meditation in my kids' classrooms because they were going through a big transition. And I approached the teacher, asked, hey, can I come in and do a meditation? She said, definitely come in every Friday. And so I started helping every Friday morning, which was their test day. And it really helped them out. It was so beautiful just to see how quickly they were like, yes, we're ready. As soon as I walked in, they were all putting their stuff away and they were ready to participate.
So cute.
Miss Yvonne is here. I'm like, awesome. And then a couple months later, one of the mom asked me, are you the mom teaching the meditation? I said, yes. She's like, thank you so much. My daughter, this is 3rd grade. Okay. My daughter suffers from test anxiety. And ever since you've been going, she's doing a lot better and she feels better during test days. I'm like,
No.
wow. Wait, 3rd graders have test anxiety? That's like high school, college stuff.
Yeah.
But this is real. And I'm like, wow, like these kids need tools. They need so much more, right? So I wasn't just helping my kids and my son and the kids in the classroom. It was like more than that. Like I wanted to do more. And so I would always post, oh, I'm doing this meditation and I'm guiding them through this. And today we were whatever. And I had a really good friend ask me, she said, what is this meditation thing that you're doing? Do you no longer believe in God?
Ooh.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? I believe in God. I'm like, meditation has nothing to do about changing a religion or no, it's about tapping into that inner peace, that inner calm. Like Jesus meditated. Like I don't understand what the question is, but it definitely opened up my eyes, my awareness. It's like, wow, like parents might actually be thinking the same thing. Like, I don't want Miss Yvonne to change my child's religion. And you know how parents could be.
Please
So
believe it.
I decided to be transparent. So then that's where the Decide Balance podcast idea came from. I started doing this and I kept doing the meditations at school. And then during the pandemic, when the student is ready, the teacher shows up. So the Chopra Center came into my life, the Deepak Chopra Center.
Nice.
And I learned that they have a meditation teaching certification program. And I learned this through the We All Grow Amigas platform. They had this free workshop. And I'm like, oh, wait, what? You can get certified to teach meditation? I've been doing meditations for the kids, but without any training or anything behind my back, right? I'm like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need to do. I went through the program, such a beautiful experience. Right after I graduated, I received this message. I'm going to teach meditation to 1 million children. And I'm like, oh, yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Like it connected to the quote I had heard before. Yeah. Now I have, the Chopra Center, the training, and also learning that Dr. Chopra references that quote a lot in his speeches. And I'm like, oh, this is so beautiful. Everything started aligning. So his mission is also world peace. He's trying to get 1 billion people to meditate around the world. And, every now and then we ask ourselves, like, why am I here? What is my purpose in life? How can I help humanity? Well, at least those are my questions, right? And everything came clear. That's what I'm going to do. Everything lined up perfectly. That's who I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on the future world changers. That's what I call them, because they're going to change the world. And so I am planting seeds of world peace through these children that I'm teaching virtually and in person, through families, through groups, through organizations, through schools. So that's where it all came
That's
from.
amazing. That's beautiful. I say this all the time, signs, symbols, and clues, right? It all aligned. Like, you've got this quote, then you got the certification. Oh, turns out he uses this quote. It was like the universe was lining everything, right? And one thing that was really important that you spoke of, I mean, we're still in a pandemic, but we've been in it for a long time. Meditation helped the supernatural belt tremendously. And I know it helped a lot of kids during this time because they didn't understand. We barely had the tools as adults. The kids are barely forming, and understanding the world around them. So when they're not allowed to be out in the world to discover, it was anxiety, and it also depended on how much information you were, how transparent you were and what kind of information they were privy to. And I know from our own experience, there was a point where it was getting to the supernatural bear. And I was like, how can I help him? He wasn't sleeping well. Something happened where we got Zoom hacked, for his yoga class. And it was scary for me. And so meditation helped him significantly for sleep, right? So it was a specific one for sleep. But then when you came along, this is like, he does it on a Thursday at 4:30. It's something that he can learn to do whenever, before a test, throughout the day, during the week, daytime, nighttime. It doesn't matter. It's powerful skills that it's going to just be everyday life for him, right? So thank you so much, Yvonne, for what you've shared, for the gifts that you've shared with so many people, because I know the impact that you've had just on our family. So thank you so much. So now you've expanded, your mission is there. Let's tell the folks, if they're listening to this when it drops, then this is the week of something big. And please tell the folks what you're doing, what's coming up on the pipeline for you.
¿Alguna vez has estado listo para sentarte y disfrutar de la televisión y luego te das cuenta que no sabes lo que quieres ver o incluso dónde empezar a buscar opciones? Cox Contour TV te facilita esa decisión con el entretenimiento que amas, todo en el mismo lugar. Mira televisión en vivo, programas en demanda, grabaciones de DVR y música. Todo con el sonido de tu voz con el control remoto de Voz Contour. No solo encuentra los programas que estás buscando, sino que también brinda recomendaciones de romance, aventura o simplemente películas y disfruta. Si eres fanático de los deportes, captura la acción de golf y baloncesto que has estado esperando y obtendrás los puntajes, estadísticas y resúmenes en tiempo real en la aplicación Contour Sports. Y si te gusta la transmisión, solo dilo para que lo veas en tus aplicaciones de suscripción favoritas como Hulu, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus y más con Contour Stream Player. Obtén más información en cox.com/contour.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
So I'm going to be hosting a virtual summit. It's called the Latina Moms Mindfulness Summit. And it is, wow, like the jefas that are speaking, it's an incredible powerhouse of lineup. Honored and blessed that everybody said yes to this beautiful collaboration. And it would, everyone's handpicked. And it was just like everyone started coming into my radar, right? It's like, ooh, this person, yes. And I would see something or I would hear someone, and it's like, that's who I need to ask. I asked, they said yes. And I'm like, wow. So this like whole summit like manifested, and got to give a shout out to my friend Maria Lupe, powerhouse diva, who came just approached me. She's like, I love your mission. I want to do a summit around it. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do? And she presented this gorgeous presentation timeline and everything. And I'm like, wow, it was beautiful. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. And so everything just started coming together. And so now it's happening May 18th through the 21st. And it's a free summit. And also something that I want to point out is that this is not just for moms, not just for Latinas. Really, this is for everyone, because everything that everyone is talking about, the tools, the advice, everything is stuff that I wish I learned 20 years ago.
Please believe
maybe
it.
earlier. So I'm dedicating this summit to me 20 years ago.
Right.
Because, man, it would have really changed my life. Well, I wouldn't be here if I did, right? But wow, like things would have been a lot different, and, you know, and less struggling mental health wise, like so many things, right? And so these tools are for everybody. So don't let the name, steer you away, because really it is for everyone. And it's a free summit. And if you decide to invest in yourself, which I really recommend, it's not an expense. It's not like, can I afford it? No. And that's part of a mindset, shift that we need to do, especially within our communities. Like, oh, no tengo, I can't afford it. No. When you invest in yourself, it changes your world for better. And it overflows to your family. I've seen it. It's just incredible. I'm because I decided to invest in myself and all the different things that I've been doing, and coaching and trainings and classes and courses and so many things. I'm getting my money back like 100-fold.
Please believe
Instead of buying a pair of shoes that cost me like whatever, right? It's like, that's it. They're done, right? I don't get anything back. But when you invest in yourself, it's like, wow, you're going to get so much back. And the beautiful thing about this summit is that all the speakers have donated something, contributed something beautiful, a course, a workshop, some downloadable, a guide, something amazing, of value. And then we also have some Latina entrepreneurs who have also contributed some amazing goodies, you yourself as well. And the total bundle, like right now, I haven't seen the final number yet because we haven't finished calculating everything, but the total, so far subtotal is over $3,500 value for everything that you're getting. And this is just for $97 investment.
Come on.
It's
Come
like,
on.
it's
a
a
no-brainer.
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 Yeah. Come on. So, and thank you as well. I need to give you a shout out as well for being a sponsor for this beautiful event. And it's unreal. I can't believe it. It's finally happening, from this idea that came, that was presented to me in December, and now it's here. It's happening. And I get to share this with the world.
It's amazing. I'm so excited for you. I'm also excited to witness it and take it. It's all virtual, kids. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It's virtual. And like you said, it's free, but you can level up for only $97 to get all these different things and access to a bunch of different things. But I'm excited. I mean, let's talk about like maybe name off like 2 or 3 of the people that you have that are speaking and sharing and dropping gems with the women.
Oh my gosh, todas. It's like learning about parenting, about, ending chancla culture, which is like, oh my gosh, like that was huge, right? Rest, receiving that rest, being okay with rest, about intuition. How does that work? How does that even begin? I didn't even know what intuition was years ago, right? And now like connecting to it, about money, mindfulness. It's like, what? I mean, and we go deep. It's not just like, oh yeah, savings and your bank. And no, we go deep. And oh my gosh, being a mom entrepreneur, right? Like having a, intuitive income streams mindset. There's going to be a sound bath as
Love it.
well.
Love it.
I can't wait. I can't wait. Oh my goodness, about, parenting and consent and boundaries and saying no. And Dios mío, I mean, oh my gosh, so many just amazing, amazing topics that all of them are amazing. And, even if you're not ready to, invest in that moment, you get the recording for 72 hours so you can view it at your own time. It does start from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Pacific time. And then you can, just watch it anytime within the 72 hours. And then you can decide to invest once you see, I mean, you're going to invest. I know,
Exactly.
because it's so
Exactly.
good. And the stuff that they're offering, it's like, oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, because you're gonna be able to invest and have this library of resources, right?
Mhm.
Because you take it in and only a few things stick, but if you have time to be able to the opportunity to go back and continue to watch the different videos, because so many gems are going to be dropped, you're not going to be able to pick them all up, so you can go and watch at your leisure to to be like, oh, and then take notes. I mean, that's what we do, and we have that opportunity. It's a rare opportunity. But also, when you there's summits like this around, but not exactly like this. When something changes, and I think you and I can agree, we're in this group coaching thing, right? And we see each other almost every week and each month. There's something different. There's a sense of safety, a place where you could be vulnerable, because it's people that look like you, that have similar backgrounds, similar histories. So when you see people that you can relate to on multiple different levels, they're going to come at every subject from another angle that might not be covered at other summits. Like you were saying, you go deep on everything. You guys, the women that you have, the jefas that you have on, they go deep. But like, say for example, the money thing, I'm sure it's going to go into how we were raised. What was our money? What kind of money discussions did we have? Were we coming from scarcity, just plain survival, being immigrants, being children of immigrants? I mean, it's going to the root of just not, here's the skills. It's like, well, let's go back and let's change how we think about shit so that we can move and make moves. So that is amazing. I'm going to have a link to all of this so you can sign up for free, or like we said, you're going to invest and go to that next level. And it's going to be amazing to watch this be super successful and see you shine, Yvonne. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So now let's get into questions and comments from the audience. Yeah. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm curious.
I would ask her, what has been some of the things she learned building this summit? And please let her know that everyone at Inspired Action Tribe is so proud of her. And how does she manage it all? This is from our amazing coach, one of the speakers at the summit, Wendy Amara. Yay.
I love her and I adore her. Let's see. Something that I've learned, it's don't be afraid to ask. Ask that question. I know I was nervous, some speakers, it's like, oh, I don't know, they have a huge following. I don't know if they'll be able to say yes or make time for me, da da da. And I'm like, I just need to step out of that mindset, like shift my mindset and just go for it. I'm like, what's the worst thing? Like, no, and move on, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that was definitely, a little challenging sometimes. And, but it happened. I used my voice and, I asked and things started happening because I believed in this product.
Yeah.
And I know it's needed. I know it's helped me tremendously. So I know it's going to help so many.
Amazing. Okay, next question. I was thinking, has she had any pushback about teaching meditation conflicting with religious affiliation? You kind of touched upon that. So her question is, how do you reconcile concerns about God, a Christian God, and meditation? And that's by one of our amazing tribe members, Joan. I'm gonna mess up her last name. Zalea. Yay.
Oh, I love her. Let's see. Well, not recently regarding religion. It was mainly, my friend who asked me like, "Hey, do you no longer believe in God?" And so now instead of letting people ask me that, I just say, "Hey, you know what? When I pray, I am speaking to God. And when I meditate, I'm listening." Because usually we're just like, "Please, please, please help me with this and please, please, please," right? And then you're like, boom, out the door. And you don't stop to hear the message he has for you. I'm like, how about if you like listen and then he's going to tell you what you need to know to help you with that problem that you have or whatever it is that you're asking for, right? It's like, we need to stop. So that's how I would address it. I'm trying to stop people and, before they even get to that point. It's like, look, I'm being transparent. This is for everybody. And it's not about religion. It's about tapping into that inner calm, especially right now with everything that we're going through. Like, we're all trying to find that calm, that peace in this chaotic world that we live in currently.
Yeah. Okay. The next question. What meditation or wellness practices have been the most useful to you as a mom? And what practices have been the most useful to you in business? This is by another one of our amazing tribe members, Jessica Cable.
Oh, I love her. And she's helped me out tremendously too. Shout out to her for helping me with the writing for the summit too, because there were some things that I wanted to say some things. I'm like, girl, help me reword this and put your magic into it. So shout out to her. So for me, meditating in silence has been huge, such a game changer for everything, for my up leveling. And that's what I learned. And that was the main meditation practice that I learned during my certification process, like how to meditate in silence, which a lot of people are scared of because they're like, I can't be in silence. I have to. It's like, but once you learn like how and the tools and everything, it's like, oh my goodness, this is like the next level. It's like, yeah, seriously, the next level of your wellness, your meditation practice. And another tool, another practice that I really love is mirror work. That was a game changer for me, especially, just as a mom, right? Like not feeling worthy, feeling just depleted, and I needed to have that conversation with myself and remind myself, like, I love you. You're a badass. You're a chingona. Like you're doing amazing work. And I had to, practice talking to myself. And maybe some people would think like, oh my gosh, talk to yourself. That's probably weird. But no, really, like having that, love for yourself is huge. And it's something that I didn't even learn. And once I learned, I'm like, wow, like this is amazing. And, now I celebrate things, on a bigger scale and, or level. And yeah, just mirror work has been huge. Tapping, I love. Actually, tapping is also one of the sessions, and we do a tapping session during the summit as well. Nice. And tapping has been huge as well for me. Breath work has been powerful when you do like just a breath work session on its own. It's powerful. Gosh, so many things, but those are the main. I've done so many things, but those are the main things that have helped me.
Amazing. Okay, so now let's go into the not so rapid fire questions, the AKA slow as hell questions. Are you ready?
Lista.
3 words to describe yourself.
Right now, I feel powerful. I feel I have so many words. I feel in abundance. I know that's not about me, but like I feel in this abundance mindset. So that's the word that's coming up for me, even though that's not about me. But I guess it is me. I'm like, I'm owning it. I'm stepping into that.
Exactly.
I'm stepping into my power, which is something I didn't understand before. And I'm like, wow, like this is super cool. And chill. I think chill too. Even though like I'm like zoom 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 sometimes, but really like I'm a pretty chill gal.
Yeah. You have a calm energy. Like even if you're stressed, even if you come in, with some type of stress or some type of concerns, it's always like a calming vibe, you know? Like there's a calming undercurrent or something like that. Okay, next one. What's the best piece of advice you've received?
Oh my gosh. It's okay to rest.
Yeah.
It's okay to take a nap.
Yeah.
It's okay to, yeah. And even, as a mom, we feel so guilty for taking that time for ourselves.
Please
Man, that was
believe it.
so hard. So hard. And it tears me up because I think that was like one of the biggest hurdles, right? Like we want to give to our kids and to our spouses, to our partners, to our families, to everyone, right? And we forget about ourselves and we don't rest. And resting is something that I needed. And so now I feel like I'm resting for myself. I'm resting for my ancestors who couldn't rest.
Please believe it.
For whatever reason, and for future generations.
Yeah. That's big. That's huge. I think for me that is a game changer too, you know, and it's a practice, right? Because that mama guilt, that mama guilt, the being Latinx guilt, the residuals of Catholicism guilt, like all that shit, it creeps up. And I haven't been to church since I was a kid. Y todavía it's like guilt is huge. I still feel it. And it's like you said, we have to remind ourselves and each other we need rest. We deserve rest. Like you said, we're resting for ourselves, our ancestors, and our families and future generations. And that's that's a lot on our shoulders. So let's take care of ourselves so we can move forward. Next question. Song, what is your go-to song to get you hype when you need it?
Carnaval, Celia Cruz.
Yeah,
I love that
azúcar.
song. Oh, I love that song.
Love it. And as always, we have a link that's going to be added to the Word to Your Mama guest hype song playlist on Spotify. We'll have a link to that. So now we have, the late great Celia Cruz on there to give us that vibes. Amazing. One thing I do regret is I never got to see her live before she passed. That would have
Me
been
too.
that would have been next level. Okay, last question. And then a very important one, but I think we got a sense of what your legacy will be from this conversation. What will be your legacy?
I feel like it's around world peace. Yeah, planting seeds of world peace. It's like, paving this path for, especially within, our BIPOC community who don't have these tools, who are not resting. And it's like, wow, like if we can do things from a place of love, from a place of calm, a place of peace, that beautiful inner peace, because that's where world peace begins. It begins inside of us.
Yeah.
And we choose, right? Because we're not born with hate, we learn it.
Yeah.
So can we continue learning love and peace and compassion and empathy and all these beautiful high vibe, emotions and feelings and everything, right? And remove all that negativity in this world. We don't need it. It doesn't serve anyone,
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what I'm doing. I'm planting seeds of world peace with the future world changers because going back to the quote, if every 8-year-old, Dalai Lama's quote, if every 8-year-old in the world is taught meditation, we will eliminate violence within one generation. Our kids are in that age range.
Yeah.
They will bring world peace. I'm convinced. Like my kids, our kids, they're going to witness world peace. It's totally possible. One generation is what, 20, 25 years? Totally doable. Like our generation has definitely not done a good job. Not saying that all of us, right? But, there are, us who are trying to do better and we're helping, the future world changers to not go down the same path that our generation and past, like all that, trash that they've added, it's like unfortunately they need to clean it up. But we're trying by giving them tools and resources to make this world better, which is what we want. Can you imagine if, these quote leaders, had the tools to learn how to breathe, how to take a big breath in, how to just be calm, just sit for a moment and like really have this beautiful awareness and be in the present moment. we would these wars would not be happening, around the world. We would have
Yeah.
been, these lives would have been saved. Children's lives would have been saved.
Yeah. And also, thank you so much. The work that you're doing has, a, 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 a broader scope, but just on the micro level, 1, 2 kids, just the reach of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, that impact from that one child, you're breaking generational trauma, right? You're breaking the
Mm-hmm.
cycle. And then that person, that child, is going to go on to hopefully have healthy, you know, relationships, and that impacts that person and their I mean, like, do you know what I'm saying? The impact is great, whether your mission is like, I just want to be able to teach 10 kids meditation skills. You know what I'm saying? The impact. I just want you to really remember that, Yvonne. Like, just the impact in my family. Thank you so much. Like, he's gonna move on. Do you know what I'm saying? With these skills. So thank you so much for everything that you do. I am honored to call you an amiga, a tribe sister. I'm super excited for this event, to learn, to pick up all the gems that are being, dropped. And thank you for being on this podcast. And thank you for sharing your journey and your skills. And really, it's really all based in love. And I truly believe that. If you guys know me, you guys know I can't fake the funk. And so if I'm talking like this about someone, I truly, honestly believe it. So thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your support and for asking me, thinking of me, and believing in me. I adore you. Thank you so much.
I adore you. People need to know about this shit, girl. So that's why we have you on. Just spread it. Let's spread this shit. Gracias.
And now, introducing
The Supernatural Bear Corner. Supernatural Bear.
Hello everyone, I am SNB, and today for the SNB Corner, we're going to be talking about Miss Yvonne. So, to kick things off, let's start with 2 special facts that you may or may not have known about her. So, the first fact is that, and again, if you couldn't already know, she is part of my mom's tribe. And they talked about this if you heard the episode, which you probably have heard, unless you are under the age of 18. Please do not listen if you are under 18. Anyway, yes, she's part of my mom's tribe. It is weekly, I believe, on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays. What do you know? And it's very good tribe. My mom has said it is very good tribe. And that's how we can get into number 2. Epic music, please. Thank you. She has a meditation class every Thursday at 4:30 Pacific. We're in Pacific time, right?
Yeah. She has other times, but that's the time.
And multiple times, but that's the time that I go. 4:30 Pacific on Thursdays. And it is very amazing. We are taught valuable life lessons and very good meditation strategies that help the quote-unquote, and that's not sarcastic, I actually think that is, future world changers. Because apparently, your generation had screwed up our generation. Yup, screwed up there, guys, screwed up. But anyway, very fun and relaxing class, would recommend. 10 out of 10. And yeah, those were 2 facts, and hope you enjoyed the episode. And yeah, become a Patreon now. But of course, everything is optional. We do not force things around here. Goodbye, guys.
Shooby-doos. Yeah. There you have it, folks. Word to Your Mama, episode 79 with Yvonne Hernandez from Decide, Balance, Decide, Balance, and with her new virtual Latina Moms Mindfulness Virtual Summit going down May 18th through the 21st. We'll definitely have a link to everything we discussed, especially to the Latina Mindfulness Summit. It's free. If you know if it's free, it's me. But you also have the option to upgrade and get so that you get the regalitos and also you have access to all of the speakers' videos forever. But the regalitos is, I think she said we're up to now maybe $4,000 in value, $4,000 in value, including, since I'm a sponsor, you get some digital downloads of some posters. That there's one that says "Soy un milagro," one that says "I am my ancestors' vengeance," and all of those are currently available on my store now. But you get all those, and also did like a special exclusive Decide Balance one, and I won't tell you what it is. You'll have to purchase to find out. And also, if you have a child, children, classroom, give them the gift of meditation, bilingual meditation. Yvonne has this amazing voice, especially when you go to her site right now, and then you can get a 5-minute little mindful meditation, guided meditation for kids, and you can hear her voice. And she just has this like loving quality about her, this loving vibe, because that, like I said, she leads from that, and it's great. Also, if you're listening to this, we just passed her birthday. Her birthday is May 15th. She's a fellow Taurus, you know what I'm saying? So a Taurus gang. And yes. So we got that. Don't forget the playlist, support via the store, support via Patreon, support via Buy Us a Whiskey. Donate directly. There's a donate button. Also, you could just, another free option, as always, is tell your folks, tell your peeps, tell your friends. I appreciate the support. And as always, we reap.
Word to Your Mama is owned and produced by Ritzy P. Intro beat produced by Nico Beats. If you want to know more, you want to email us, you want to get the media kit, go head over to wordtoyourmama.com. Word to Your Mama is now part of the Latina Podcasters Network. And as always, Word to Your Mama is brought to you by ritzyperiwinkle.com.